Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for being here. So today we're going to be taking a look into what's really going on in your connection, the current energies. So go ahead and pick a pile and we'll get started. I hope everything is going really well for you guys. I hope lots of beautiful things are happening for you. Alright, pile 1, let's get into your reading. Alright, pile 1. What is the current energy of pile 1's connection with their person? What's really going on between pile 1 and their person currently? What's really going on between pile 1 and their person currently? What's really going on with pile 1 and their person currently? What's really going on between pile 1 and their person currently? What's currently going on between pile 1 and their person, please? Okay, so I feel like with the Emperor and the Eight of Swords here, I feel like your person is feeling a bit like not in their power quite. It's like there's this a little bit of like an avoidant energy here with like the Seven of Wands and like the Nine of Wands. I feel like this person is kind of in a way like hiding from this connection or like hiding from themselves here, because I feel like with the Queen of Cups and the Star, like you are a very spiritual, like gifted person. I feel like you're a very like light being, you're very connected to source. And what's interesting about the Queen of Cups is that sometimes the Queen of Cups can serve as like a mirror to other people. And so I feel like with the Seven of Swords, it's like I think your person is like in a way afraid of maybe what they see in themselves by like connecting with you. It's like you reveal maybe too much truth to them in a way about who they are, and I feel like it frightens them, because it was interesting, the Emperor kind of came out reversed, and I don't usually, take reversals, but I feel like this means that it's like something about you as a person almost makes this person's like worldview of like themselves, like their ego, kind of crumble in a way. It's like this person may have had built up a whole life for themselves, a whole like personality, a whole version of themselves that was like acceptable, quote unquote, like to the world and to other people. And then it's like with you, because I feel like you have done that inner work, like you're kind of more really in tune with yourself. It's like you kind of in a way burst this person's bubble, so to speak, and you've kind of like in a way like force them to really examine themselves and the world and what reality really is, like what the purpose of even like being alive really is. And I feel like this person maybe I'm hearing like status quo, like maybe their whole life they kind of felt like in order to be happy you need to, I'm also hearing like in part in order to be safe, and in order to be happy you need to fit in with the status quo, you need to be approved of by other people. Whereas I feel like you kind of came in and like changed all this, and so it's like almost with this Eight of Swords energy, it's like your person knows the truth, but they're like sticking their head in the sand almost, because they don't want to admit that maybe they've been like living their life in a way that's like superficial, and like it's like on some level I think with the Star, like they are in a way like being called to surrender to the divine. I feel like surrender to their emotions as well with the Queen of Cups, but it's like I think the like wounded masculine, like with the Emperor reversed part of them, is like I think deeply afraid of that, because they don't know what it means. It's like an ego death. It's like they're afraid of their own like their ego is afraid of its letting go. And I feel like as your person maybe moves towards your connection, it means letting go of their ego. And I feel like in a way it's like that part of themselves, like the primal part of themselves, is kind of fighting that transformation. But I feel like with the Star it's like definitely still happening. Let's clarify a bit. Alright, clarify the Eight of Swords. What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? Clarify the Eight of Swords. What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? Clarify the Eight of Swords. What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? Clarify the Eight of Swords. Please. Clarify the Eight of Swords. Clarify the Eight of Swords. What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? Please clarify the Eight of Swords. Okay, so Yeah, I also see that your person, if there's like not really a lot of communication or it seems kind of stuck, I feel like there is some inner work that is actually going on here with the star. I do see that. Because we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit. So this says, I'm soul searching and relying on the divine to guide me. So they are kind of in isolation, and it's interesting. The star is about like reconnecting to source. So it's like they are in isolation right now, you know, doing a lot of self-reflection, going on an inner journey. With the Eight of Pentacles, you know, they are improving themselves. This also could mean that in a way, like they're kind of isolating themselves and like kind of like could be using work to like distract themselves in a way as well. But I feel like this is an important time for your person to, I think, look at the ways in which they are not being true to themselves. And it could be for some of you, like if you are in some sort of separation, it's like, it's almost like divinely orchestrated because it's like, it's really important for your person to like look at like, what am I running from really, you know, and it's like, they're really just running from themselves. And I feel like it's important for them to like learn that lesson because sometimes people really do have to just like go through, you know, sometimes people can like, you know, like have that precognition, like think about a choice and then like in a way like know all the consequences of that choice. But sometimes people literally just have to go through lessons and you know, learn from them rather than just like kind of get the lesson without having to go through it, if that makes sense. Clarify the Seven of Swords, please. What's really going on between pile one and their person? Clarify the Seven of Swords. What's really going on between pile one and their person? Interesting. Clarify the Seven of Swords. What's really going on between pile one and their person? Ooh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So I feel like this running behavior or like deception. You know, this is like the Mask card. This is all again, you know, the devil energy. You know, kind of distortion, inner distortion, confusion. It's like running away from a good thing is something I just heard because with the Queen of Cups, like you're very, this is like an earth angel energy. You don't have to be a female, but it's like you hold that very precious energy of like, you know, divine feminine wisdom, compassion. You're definitely like an empath, like a highly sensitive, beautiful person, especially with the star. And I feel like your person totally recognizes that too. It's like they really do know how special you are. And it's like that's why it's interesting, like they're kind of maybe realizing that like what am I really running from, like someone who's really just like a great person who's really kind. But you know what's interesting is that this is kind of a message, but like for example, Jesus offended a lot of people. A lot of people did not like Jesus because Jesus was such a polished, like refined person that all of, you know, people's inner negativity or shadow was so clearly reflected by him, if that makes sense. And that's kind of the same message with like the Queen of Cups energy. And so it's like, even though you are, you know, a very good person with a very good heart and a very good soul, it's almost like your light is almost like too bright for the shadows, the shadow parts of themselves. It's like how, you know, you burn sage to like kind of clear out negative entities. It's almost like your energy is like that to this person's maybe like entities or shadow self, and so that part of them is running away from you. But then like the soul, on the soul level, they are very deeply called to you. But this says, I'm freeing myself from the chains of fear. So yeah, this was just a lot of fear, like I was saying, like the parts of themselves that are stuck, you know, stuck in the matrix. But we do have the Ace of Cups, I love you, and the Three of Cups, let's get together and enjoy life. So yeah, this person deep down loves you very deeply with the Ace of Cups. They want to meet up with you here with the Three of Cups. They want to, you know, have a reunion for sure, especially if there is separation or no contact. This person wants to just reconnect with you and have a really great time. And with this Three of Cups energy, that's about really being true to yourself and just, you know, experiencing a lot of happiness, you know, connecting with your inner child. And it's like not denying yourself love. I feel like this person with the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Swords, it's like the fact that they were maybe denying you love or denying you, you know, the truth was because in a way they were denying themselves love. They were denying themselves the truth. So it goes both ways, you know. And I feel like now maybe in their reflection time with the Hermit, now that they're going within, now that they're thinking about all this, they're kind of realizing that that it was never really about you. It was like actually kind of about them, and like they might have had a very shut down heart space. Here, let's see. Clarify the Nine of Wands. What's really going on between pile one and their person? Clarify the Nine of Wands. What's really going on between Oh yeah, clarify the Nine of Wands. What's really going on between pile one and their person, please? What's really going on between pile one and the person? Clarify the Nine of Wands. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Okay, what's really going on between pile one and their person? Clarify the Nine of Wands. What's really going on between pile one and their... Oops. Some fell on the ground. Sorry about that. Let's see. I think I'm just going to stick with these guys here. But we do have the Seven of Swords coming out again, which is that, like, here, self-sabotage, insecurity, running away, and being strategic with my words and actions. And then the Four of Swords, I'm taking time to heal and meditate. So, yeah, with this Nine of Wands energy, there is a certain degree of, like, woundedness, I think, maybe in your person that they came into this connection with. Maybe they've had a lot of experiences just in their life in general, which did cause them to be avoidant. Like previous relationships or just even childhood stuff like that. And I feel like that's really what caused them to put up these walls. It was a form of self-protection. It was like a defense mechanism from maybe having their heart broken here, because with the Ace of Cups, this person, is capable of very deep love. I feel like, again, they do love you very deeply. I feel like there's a lot of care as well with the Queen of Cups. I think they really look up to you. And I feel like right now, there may be a bit of a boundary here with the Nine of Wands, but I feel like that's, in a way, like, they do need this time to heal, and this says, like, gaining wisdom in solitude, taking refuge in spirit. It's like they do need to take refuge maybe within themselves and really look at themselves right now. And again, really examine why they've been running away from something so beautiful, someone that they love so much, like what's really going on here. So they are nursing their wounds and they are definitely healing, which is really beautiful. Let's clarify the Emperor as well. Clarify the Emperor, what's really going on between pile one and their person. Clarify the Emperor, what's really going on between pile one and their person. What's really going on here? Clarify the Emperor, what's really going on between pile one and their person, please. Clarify the Emperor, what's really going on between pile one and their person. Clarify the Emperor, what's really going on between pile one and their person. Okay, so they're really, deeply in thought, I feel like, with this Emperor here. We have the King of Swords, so yeah, there is an energy of coolness. Like, definitely on the heart space, this person does not feel, cool feelings. Runs very hot for you. They really do love you. But I feel like on the surface, with this Emperor energy and the King of Swords, it's like, I'm getting this energy that their whole life they've kind of, like I was kind of picking up earlier, it's almost like relying too much on their logical mind, rather than following their heart. But they definitely are analyzing the situation, trying to figure out what's going on here. And then the Hanged Man, I'm seeing things from a new point of view. And I feel like with the Emperor, it could be that they're seeing themselves from a new point of view. Like, they're seeing you from a new point of view. They're seeing the connection here. And I definitely feel like the Hanged Man does represent, like, a degree of enlightenment as well. With the Hermit, too, and the Star, I feel like this person could be even going through somewhat of a spiritual transformation. And they're having, in a way, like, that paradigm shift, which is kind of what I was picking up earlier. It's like you've kind of, like, burst this person's bubble. Like, you've kind of turned their whole thought process upside down. Like, what is love? What are relationships? What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of happiness? Who am I as a person? So you've made this person have, like, in a way, like, an existential crisis, like, really look at beyond just, day-to-day distractions, like, what is the true purpose of all of this? What does this all mean? And so it is this energy where this person is being called to, in a way, like, sacrifice their ego for truth. And I think it's a bit of a painful process to go through that, to have to kind of admit that, there is a whole nother side to reality than just, I guess, what it looks like, the 3D. It's very difficult. It's kind of scary. So that's kind of what I'm almost seeing here, is like your person is going through that process, that inner transformation, but I feel like it's definitely going to bring a lot of clarity to the situation. And I feel like in time, your person is really going to evolve. I feel like this is a very necessary step in their evolution as a soul and, like, as a person. So this is definitely a very, like, divinely orchestrated connection. I feel like you definitely came into this person's life to aid them in their ascension. And maybe at first they did not understand it. Maybe they were afraid of how, I'm hearing, like, cataclysmic everything felt with you. it was like their whole world was crashing down. But now they're starting to really pick up on that. So I definitely do think that I think they do see that you have been almost like a guide to them, like a spiritual guide. I think they are grateful to you for that. All right, let's get some of these cards now. If I can shuffle. All right, pile one. What's really going on between pile one and their person, please? What's really going on between pile one and their person, please? What's really going on between pile one and their person, please? What's really going on between pile one and their person, please? What's really going on between pile one and their person, please? What's really going on between pile one and their person? Okay, so we have balance, patience, and honesty. So balance says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world and I do so without judgment. So I think that that's kind of what I was feeling earlier, is that your person may have been imbalanced. There might have been an imbalance in this connection. Again, with this honesty card, it's like there was a lot of running away from the truth, I think running away from themselves. And I think that there was, what I'm getting is there was an imbalance in the masculine and feminine energy, I feel like, within your person. You might also resonate that you've been healing your own masculine and feminine energy within you as well. And I feel like that's kind of what this was, is like your person was too much, with the King of Swords, too much in their logical mind, not connected with their heart space, like not, I'm hearing like disconnected from their body even, like, you know, not very aware of their feelings, or at least trying their best to suppress them. Maybe that's something they did their whole life. And now there is some sort of, I feel like, cycle happening here within this connection where things are being shifted, like with this Hanged Man. This is about the new perspective, the change that's going on. So there is definitely a really big balancing happening right now. So whatever is going on between you, I feel like, is definitely for the highest good of both of you and this connection. And we have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And that's kind of what I was picking up on, is that, like, there is this huge shift your person is going through right now as they come into balance. And I feel like you're probably having to learn, you know, just patience. And especially with that Queen of Cups energy, that's like that unconditional love, like holding space for somebody to grow, you know, sending them unconditional love, understanding where they are on their journey, and, you know, kind of doing so without judgment, and just accepting that this is a process of, you know, a divine process of healing and change. And then honesty, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And I definitely feel like that's kind of what I was picking up on here, is that your person was running away from the truth that they, you know, they do love you. They are a sensitive person. They do have this heart. They do have these feelings, this spiritual connection as well. And they weren't being honest. Maybe they were denying it to themselves, that that's how they really felt deep down. And again, like distracting themselves with work or just the different things. But I feel like now there is this need for truth. You know, what is your soul telling you? What is the truth of your heart? And I feel like that's kind of what's being felt and observed and like kind of acknowledged right now in this connection. It's really beautiful. All right, let's get some more oracle cards. What else is really going on between pile one and their person right now? What else is really going on between pile one and their person right now? What else is really going on between pile one and their person right now? What else is really going on between pile one and their person right now, please? What else is really going on here? What else is really going on between pile one and their person? Interesting how I picked up with the Queen of Cups. Compassion. Stay in the energy of loving kindness and see things from a higher perspective. So I feel like that's really your energy right now, is that you are being called to, again, like, be patient, be compassionate for where your person's at on their journey. And you're seeing, I feel like you truly, especially with the star, like, you really are seeing things from that higher perspective, kind of beyond the ego of, like, you know, where is it? Why isn't it happening right now? What's going on with them? And you're kind of just acknowledging, like, this is, in a way, like, because this is a very spiritual connection, like, this is a lot about spiritual growth, I feel like, this connection. And we have angels. The angels ask you to surrender your fears and concerns to them and allow yourself to receive their heavenly love and healing. So definitely a very spiritual time for both of you, connecting to the angels or just source in general. Surrendering that fear, again, that fear of love, that fear of, like, self, and definitely healing beyond that. And then purification. Karmic cycles are being healed and dissolved at this time. Your union is being purified. And that's why this patience is needed, because there's a lot of really intense purification happening. These karmic cycles, I feel like, within your person, within you maybe even, and just this connection is all being purified. It's all being wrapped up. I'm seeing like a package like wrapped up neatly with a bow. So it's all being perfectly orchestrated. It's just that matter of kind of like knowing that it's all going to work out in the end, and kind of like what's going on right now is just like, again, like I was saying kind of early, like a stepping stone to getting what you want, I feel like, in this connection. All right, what else is really going on between pile 1 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 1 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 1 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 1 and their person? What else is really going on between pile 1 and their person? What else is really going on between pile 1 and their person? So we have the Magician and the Mirror, the Garden and the Gate, all tied up in happy family. So with this happy family, it's like, this kind of reminds me of like the Four of Wands here. It's like very possible that the two of you, I feel like, are, you know, like soul family. You've been together in the past. Maybe you even had a family together in the past. Like you could feel that sense even that maybe you are meant to settle down with this person. And I feel like this person also feels that as well, especially with the Emperor. That's kind of like the divine masculine counterpart. So it's like there is this energy that there is a huge potential for you guys to, I feel like, resolve things and come back together. But again, with this Eight of Swords energy, like with all tied up, it's like there are still things that are needing to be released and worked through before I feel like you can transition into that harmonious union. The Magician in the Mirror is all about like balancing the masculine and feminine side, and again with the mirror energy, like really looking inside of the mirror and seeing what is like triggering you and what needs to be healed. And I feel like the Garden and the Gate is kind of about, it's like a new path opening up to you, and it's like, are you going to have the bravery to take that step? Are you going to leave your comfort zone and enter like, you know, a new place that may even be better for you? So I feel like that's kind of what's going on here, is it's like there's like you're on the brink of expansion. I feel like in this connection here, your person's on the brink of expansion. It's just some really, I feel like, inner spiritual work has to be done before I feel like your person has the bravery to like leave behind, in a way, like that status quo, like what they've known their entire life. I feel like your person has never had a very deep connection with anyone before, especially not like a romantic relationship. Like maybe they've been connected to like family or friends or something, but I don't think this person's ever experienced such like a deep and profound love, especially not one that's so like dramatically spiritual. And so I think that's a bit of the fear, is they almost don't know what it would be like to be so seen by somebody and so connected. They might not have come from a happy family. That could be an energy here. So it's almost like they're having to trust, despite maybe not being used to that. It's like sometimes it's hard to accept good things into your life when you're only used to like bad things. Just subconsciously, our brains just don't trust foreign energies. It's like we have to get used to that idea. So we can self-sabotage, even though, again, like I was picking up, like running away from a good thing just because it's unfamiliar to you. And I definitely feel like that could be something going on with your person for sure. All right, let's get some messages from them now and see what they want to say to you, pile 1. What does pile 1's person really want to say to pile 1 right now, please? What does pile 1's person really want to say to pile 1, please? What does pile 1's person really want to say to pile 1, please? You changed me so much for the better. I hardly recognize who I used to be before you came into my life. Yeah, totally. They really do feel like you were a massive shift, a massive catalyst in their life. Like, and they do, I think, recognize that, although they're not fully there yet, you know, I feel like they have improved so much maybe from where they were when you started. You know, they've let go of a lot of stuff. Let's create a beautiful life together. Look at that with the happy family card. That is definitely how they feel, you know, deep down. It's like they want this beautiful life with you. They want this happy family. I feel like that's something that they even fantasize about with this like energy, is like, even if they're stuck, even if they're not saying anything with the Eight of Swords, it's like you still are the one that they want to settle down with. Like you're still the one that they could see themselves living a life with. And so that's why I feel with this all tied up, it's like a very painful energy for them in a way, because it's like I'm seeing like they're seeing their happy family almost like slipping through their grasp, slipping through their hands, because they feel incapable of like reaching out and grasping for it, which is an interesting message. I feel like it's definitely very painful. Like they don't want to lose you, even if it doesn't seem like they're doing anything. I think they're very afraid of losing you, because with this happy family card, it's like they can't see that happy family maybe happening for them with somebody else. It's like either you or no one else. I feel so deeply connected to you. Yeah, exactly. So they definitely do feel very deeply connected to you, and it's like the depth of this connection, I feel like, is very, very intense, and I feel like it's hard or impossible for them in a way to feel like they could feel that depth of connection with somebody else. So a lot of you guys, this might be your counterpart. I feel like they feel that too. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? I'm afraid of showing weakness because I'm afraid of being judged for how sensitive I truly am. And that's what I was picking up with the Emperor in a way, is like that your person is a very sensitive being. You know, they are very, I feel like, empathic deep down. It's just that they have put up walls and masks and stuff to protect their sensitive heart. Your touch is ecstasy, so definitely they love the chemistry that you guys have as well. It's like nothing really feels better. For sure, you're very special. I feel like the intimacy between you guys is like on another level as well. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? You're my everything. So totally, you are very profoundly important to them. You matter a lot to them. What else does pile one's person want to say? I lost myself for a little while. I got so caught up in illusion. I became someone I didn't recognize. And when I looked in the mirror, I didn't like who I saw. That's super synchronistic with the magician in the mirror. Exactly, kind of, I think earlier it was like you were mirroring to them a lot of things about them that they didn't like as well. And it's like I think they're recognizing that they did a lot of things, maybe said a lot of things, acted in ways that were very untrue to themselves, and I think they're really reflecting on that. Like they became someone they didn't recognize, and it's like it was hard for them to look in the mirror. They were very lost. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say? I'm listening to my heart and going where it leads me. So this is a really profound shift that your person is going through, that they are feeling called to you. They are feeling called to come back to you, especially with I think the Three of Cups came out, reunite with you. We've been through so much together, we can't give up on this love. So yeah, there's kind of, there could definitely be a big cycle that's going on right now, where it could be like, difficulties in a way, or just lessons. But I feel like your person just is saying, like, we've been through so much together, we have such a deep connection. Again, this could be past life stuff as well. Like, I can't give up on this. I can't give up on this future that I feel like we have together, in a way, like destined to maybe come together. You're part of my soul purpose. So again, a lot of soul level lessons I feel like learned through this connection, and I feel like they could even feel that having this beautiful family with you, again, it doesn't have to be a traditional family, but just the two of you guys being in that really happy union could be part of their purpose. It could be one of the things that they were like destined to do or have, is like a life with you. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one, please? This isn't the first or last time we've met. We've done this before and we'll do it again. So this is, I feel like, in relation to, again, like I was saying, past lives, but also just if you guys are in separation right now, they're saying that we're going to come back together, even if things seem like we're apart right now. This is just kind of part of the ebb and flow of this connection. There is divine light within us both. So this is this person, like, I feel like that's a message from their higher self, saying that they do have light inside of them, even if they haven't been connected to it, even if they've been blind to it. This person does have goodness within them. They do have beauty and perfection and wholeness, like as we all do. It's just a matter of them recognizing that and being true to that feeling. And then my love for you is my greatest inspiration. So you are inspiring your person, I think, to heal. The star is also about inspiration. I think they might really look up to you as well as a person. Um, I was kind of saying earlier, I think that you, in a way, are like a spiritual guru or like guide to them. Um, and I think almost like this person, in a way, deep down, they kind of worship you um, as almost like being um, like a spiritual teacher to them, or just a beautiful, amazing person. They really admire you a lot. I think that they respect you very deeply, and you inspire them to be a better version of themselves for sure. All right, let's get some advice for you guys now. Pile one. Can I have some advice for pile one, please? Can I have some advice for pile one, please? What does pile one need to hear right now, please? A couple on the floor. 1 second. Okay, so we have the ram that says perseverance. Beautiful images. You have many gifts, no problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up and luck will follow. And that's interesting. Patience came out earlier as well. So you're definitely being called to persevere. And if, for those of you where it's like you really have your heart set on this connection, this is really what you want, I think this is saying that persevere. You will reach your goal here. You will reach your mountaintop, and then never give up and good luck will follow. So that's that kind of energy of like, especially if this is like a connection you're manifesting, this is something you really want, just like don't give up on it. Persist in the belief that, you know, you will come back together, and, you know, things are all being sorted out for you. And the power of your mind is extremely strong. You know, if you have that faith that everything will work out, you know, you're very likely to succeed. And then the owl says magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So again, that is that magician energy that you are a creator. You are very powerful. And then see through deception. So kind of what I was saying here earlier with the Seven of Swords is like your person may try to, you know, act like they don't care. There could be just, you know, deception in the world in general. And always listen to your intuition and your gut instincts first before anything else or anyone else. And also interesting with let the past go and make room for a better life. It's like there could be a need to let go of just certain painful like beliefs or memories from this connection or just past connections or childhood. And when you kind of release those things that are limiting you or holding you back, you do call in like a higher timeline, a higher version of your life. When you clear out the clutter, you know, you make room for much better things to come in. So definitely step into your power and don't let negative experiences and like thoughts and patterns from your past like run your life now, or like run your future, or like determine where you're going. It's like in the moment you can choose to transcend those things and move forward into something different. All right, pile one, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Sending you lots of love and healing and abundance. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. So let's get into looking at what's really going on between you and your person currently. All right, pile two. What's really going on between pile two and their person currently? What is the current energy in pile two's connection with their person? What's really going on between pile two and their person right now, please? What's really going on between pile two and their person, please? Right. What's really going on between pile two and their person, please? What's really going on between pile two and their person, please? Okay, so we have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Tower, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like with the Five of Swords and the Tower, there's definitely some sort of really dramatic shifts going on in your connection right now. The Five of Swords can definitely indicate like conflict and difficulties too. So there may have been, maybe in the recent past, some sort of cataclysm, I guess you could say, between the two of you, where maybe there was a really triggering event that may have led to maybe a lot of pain and difficulty here. And I feel like right now with the Five of Swords, your person is kind of like looking back on whatever happened here and feeling a bit like maybe defeated, regretful. I think seeing how their actions may have maybe really hurt you, because I'm kind of seeing this like, this person here crying kind of in the back. It's like, I kind of think that's in a way how your person is looking at the situation. Like they're kind of reflecting on how they may have been an instrument to maybe a lot of like pain or difficulty here. I'm going to clarify a bit here. Clarify the Seven of Wands, please. Clarify the Seven of Wands, what's really going on between pile two and their person. Clarify the Seven of Wands, what's really going on between pile two and their person. Clarify the Seven of Wands, what's really going on between pile two and their person. Okay, so this person definitely wants to come back to you though. So if you guys, like I was saying with the Tower, that can indicate a separation of some kind, or just like maybe an argument or something, just like a break in maybe the just maybe like the intimacy, like the emotional intimacy. It's like some sort of blockage, but like a breakdown in a way. But this person with the Seven of Wands, I feel like they still want to fight for this connection. Like they're not going to give up on it. Because with the Eight of Wands, I can see they still have a lot of passion for you, like a lot of desire. This can also indicate, a sudden rush of movement, communication. So they could definitely be planning to even travel to you with the Three of Wands as well, if that makes sense for your connection. If you're long distance, that could definitely be something on their mind. But I feel like this person is planning on coming forward to you. Because we have the Six of Swords, let's put the past behind us and start anew. So whatever this was, this difficulty here, this person really wants a new beginning with you. They really want to reconcile with you, and they want to mend this relationship after whatever difficulty this was. I feel like this person does have really strong feelings for you, and so it's hard for them to let go of you. I think as a person, I feel like there is a deep connection here, and so rather than leaving this connection behind and maybe trying to start over with something else or move on, it's like your person just wants to return to you. Because we have the Six of Pentacles, I want to shower you with love and affection, and the Two of Wands, I'm carefully planning my next steps. So right now this person is in planning mode. They are in strategy mode, trying to figure out in a way maybe how to come back to you. So it could be, like I said, still the energy, it's like the dust may still have to settle here in this connection. Like this person maybe feels like maybe things are too fresh, like the difficulty's too fresh, that maybe they do need to wait a minute and sit down and maybe think about, in a way I'm like getting maybe figuring out what to say to you to fix things. It could be an apology that your person needs to bring to you, or they feel like they need to apologize, or like with the Six of Pentacles, it's like they need to do something to show you that they still care about you, that you do mean a lot to them. This person does want to like give you a lot of love, that is healthy communication as well, like very honest. And so I feel like right now it's almost like your person is just sitting back and kind of looking at what went wrong and trying to see if they can find a way to mend things with you if it's possible for reconciliation. Let's see. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the Nine of Wands. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? Okay, so this Nine of Wands energy definitely does say that your person, again, they have a lot of grit and tenacity. Like, whatever's happened, this person still, like I was saying, is not giving up on the connection. I feel like they don't want to lose you, because we do have the Strength card. Your love gives me strength and fills me with passion. Like, this person does have this very, very strong connection to you, and right now they're like relying on their inner strength as well, I think, to get through. I'm hearing like get through this heartache, get through this pain, and it's like they're kind of just like barely holding on, but it's like this love in a way is giving them this inspiration to hold on, to keep the faith that things can work out, because we have the Three of Pentacles. I want to build a solid foundation with you. So again, Six of Swords energy, working together, teamwork, coming back together, reconciling, mending the connection. Not being in this energy of animosity, like the two of you being enemies, wanting to come together as, friends, lovers, to resolve issues here. I feel like your partnership means a lot to them. I feel like you also just give a lot of stability to this person, like emotionally with the Strength. I feel like you, your energy, I feel like a lot of unconditional love energy, it really makes this person feel more solid within themselves to just being around you. And so it could be that as well with the Tower, that just the disconnect or the breakdown of the connection really threw your person out of whack, because they find a lot of refuge in this connection is what I'm hearing. And then we also have the World here. It says we are one. So this is a huge cycle, completing here and ready to start again, I feel like, with you, a new beginning. This is also, I think, about a lot of maturity learned, I think, from this connection, whatever's happened. I think your person, the Strength card can kind of represent like the higher self as well, coming in to tame the ego. That could definitely be happening for your person, where they, in a way, it's like this Tower moment had to come in to shed a layer of illusion, perhaps within themselves, to make them learn some really important lessons about themselves, maybe about how they were treating you or treating themselves. So I think that this is all aiding in your person's ability to be more just like emotionally mature. I feel like also it was like needed, like they needed to learn to find that strength within themselves instead of maybe relying on external things for that strength, even relying on you maybe too much. This person could have been very insecure in the past, and it might have caused them to look for validation or look for security in just external things, and that can be a very dangerous game, because if you lose those things, then you do lose that sense of security and sense of self. So it's like it's really important for your person to find that inner union, that inner stability, that connection to themselves, and also like spirituality, the universe can also be represented by the World, and that can provide that really kind of unshakable sense of security when you're connected to your higher self, your inner self, stuff like that. Let's see. Clarify the Tower, please. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the Tower. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? Clarify the Tower. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the Tower. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the Tower. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? Okay, yeah, so this person really does deeply love you here. We have the King of Cups and the Lovers that says, you are my sacred lover and my heart is yours. So however this person acted in the past, I'm hearing like maybe some sort of self-sabotage could have occurred here with the Five of Swords. They still deeply love you. And I think almost with the Towers, what I'm getting is that like, it's almost like the breakdown of the connection or whatever happened here was necessary for them to really face up to how much you really mean to them. Because it could be that, like I was saying, you guys might be in separation of some sort, or just things aren't quite right between you at the moment. And there's a lot of pain. I'm even feeling it. in a way. Like, there's a lot of pain in this, and I think that in a way, like, for some of you, it's like losing you was needed for them to really learn to appreciate you, or to really see just how important you are to them. You always were important to them. I just feel like that they sometimes would deny it and maybe take you for granted in a way. And like, just because of how difficult it is maybe being away from you here, how alone they feel, it's like making them really realize that this is something very significant. You are a very significant person to them, as well as the lovers. That is very much like soulmate energy, counterpart energy. And with the Page of Wands, this person definitely, there's a lot of wands here. If your person may be a fire sign for some of you, but there's just a lot of passion here, and they do want to communicate with you. I feel like, again, they do want to come back to you for some sort of talk here. They do want to adventure, back to you. It's like, I think that with that energy of the Page of Wands, there is this sense that because you guys do have this really deep connection, this soul connection here, that there is still potential for a future here. And I feel like that's what the Three of Wands is. Like, your person's trying to stay optimistic that things could work out in the future, maybe if they do say the right thing. It's almost like I was getting a message earlier that your person does know that like they need to communicate with you or like do something, but they're really in their head trying to figure out what would be the right thing to do, because I feel like they're scared of offending you if they make the wrong move. It's like they know that they need to be very careful with their next move, and it has to be really well thought out towards you, because you could be on tenuous grounds. They may feel that you are upset with them, and they need to be like spot on when they come back, if that makes sense. Clarify the Eight of Wands, please. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? Okay, so yeah, totally motivated to return to you again. We have the Six of Wands, I want to win you over. The Ace of Cups, I love you. So with the lovers and then the Ace of Cups, again, this really deep love. They don't want to lose you. They want to return to you, and I think this has to do with their own confidence. It's like they have to be confident enough to return to you, to believe that maybe you even still want them after all of this. That could be a really painful feeling for your person, is that maybe you don't even want them anymore. Maybe they hurt you too much, or this was too intense for you. Maybe you have shown them that you're upset with them. Maybe you've set a boundary with them or blocked them or something like that. And like, I feel like they're feeling that maybe they went too far this time. And it's like they have to have that self-belief that maybe you do care about them, that they do mean enough for them to be able to come back to you, and you to be willing to hear them out and like work things out. You make them feel very confident and very victorious. It's like you're a very special person, I think, and I think that the union with you, or being with you, or having you in their life makes this person feel really confident. Like I was kind of saying, they may struggle with seeking external validation, and I feel like in a way being with you is like a feather in their cap. Like, I don't know, I just feel like maybe you're just considered very attractive by a lot of people. Maybe you're very successful. You're just like a very important person. So that's another thing. I feel like you are someone that they would be very proud to be with. We have the Emperor. I am strong and stand in my power. And then transformation. I'm going through a powerful change and transforming into a new state of being. So yeah, a lot of things are being changed right now. And yeah, with this Emperor energy, that is that kind of like I was saying earlier, that masculine strength of I know what I want and I'm going to relentlessly pursue it, and I'm not going to be afraid here. And so I think that's what this transformation is about, is they're having to let go of a lot of fear of the past, having to maybe forgive themselves even for things that have happened. There is this energy of an ego death, a dark night of the soul. So this Tower, I think, came in to purify this person and this connection, even if it came about in a very wayward way where it kind of looked like the opposite of maybe what was needed or what was wanted. It really, in a roundabout way, is what was needed for your person to maybe find themselves and find that inner strength here, to show up for you in the right way and to be true to themselves. All right, let's get some oracle cards now. All right, pile 2. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What's really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? What's really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? Interesting. That perseverance came out. That makes a lot of sense here with the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands, is that it says, I know I can do whatever I set my mind to. It's like your person is really not giving up on you, and they are persevering through whatever this challenge is. And it's like they have their heart set, I think, on coming back to you. We have indecision, growth, and fear as well. This says, I realize I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So there is this transformation that's going on with your person that a lot of these dark inner fears that were really maybe blocking the connection or causing problems are having to be released right now. And there's this energy of a need for faith, maybe in their worthiness of love, I think, here. We also have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. So that makes sense here with the transformation card, the death card. There is a huge growth happening right now. And like I feel like that's what the tower can represent. It's almost like things crumbling to the ground, things falling apart for a new start, a better start to happen. And the tower can represent, our own limiting beliefs, our ego, like the things we're capable of being, or the almost the box that we force ourselves into in life, who we think we are, what we think we need to be doing with our lives. It all kind of falls apart sometimes because maybe we're not on the correct path. And then it looks like everything is ruined, but then maybe years later you look back and you're like, wow, if that thing didn't happen that I thought was so awful, I wouldn't be who I am today. I grew so much from that. So your person is growing a lot, I think, in their self-awareness. I feel like their awareness of other people, empathy as well. And then indecision, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So this could have been a block in the past, is that maybe your person wasn't sure what they wanted in the connection. They weren't sure if, they were ready, or they were maybe just very confused inside, because there was just inner turmoil that they were going through, and it kind of maybe resulted into this turmoil in this connection, as your person didn't know who they were, so it's hard for them to maybe know what they really wanted, what was actually best for them. And that can definitely happen if we're not in touch with ourselves, our intuition. And so this could all be a process that is aiding in your person's reliance on listening to their intuition and their gut instincts, rather than, like I was kind of saying before, relying on what those around them are telling them is right for them, or what they think other people will approve of. Again, that need to release the desire for approval from others, or the fear of being disapproved even, and just really going with your gut always in all instances. I think that's a huge lesson being learned here. And that's why now I think that's why your person wants to return to you, is because they are getting more in touch with themselves. And when they do get in touch with themselves, they feel this love, the Ace of Cups, the lovers. They feel that connection. They feel the strength of this love. They see how significant you are to them. And it was like they needed this wake-up call, I think, to really realize that. All right. Let's get some of these cards now. Gather them real quick. All right. What's really going on between pile 2 and their person right now? What is really going on between pile 2 and their person? What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? What's really going on between pile 2 and their person? What's really going on? Okay, so we have infinity. Your bond is eternal and everlasting. And that resonates with the strength card that came out earlier as well, because that is about that infinite love, that eternal love between the two of you. So no matter what happens, there is this undying nature to this connection. There is this beautiful bond between the two of you. And I think your person really feels that as well. And that's why they're so tempted to, return to you. We have dawn, a new beginning, and love is on the horizon. Expect positive changes. So there's a lot of change here happening, like with the growth card. There are positive changes on the horizon. With the Three of Wands as well, it is about the horizon. New horizons, new things are coming. I feel like new energies are coming in this connection. Because, beautiful, we have the heart opening. You create more love in your life by becoming love. So there is a massive heart chakra opening, I think, happening for your person. Maybe for you as well, where it's like rather than running from love and denying oneself of love or one's own emotions, it's like opening the heart to true compassion and true connection to another person. So I feel like maybe you are being called to embody love more. I think they are as well. Because I feel like when we make choices that don't come from a place of love, that's oftentimes when we do get ourselves in trouble, like with this Five of Swords energy. And I think the Tower came in to maybe prove that to your person in a way. All right. What else is really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 2 and their person? What else is really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What else is really going on? What else is really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What else is really going on? Yeah, look, strategy on the bottom of the deck, and we have the thinking man. Totally, that is definitely the vibe here. So yeah, with the thinking man, your person is trying to, within themselves, figure out the best course of action, I think, the best strategy to mend things with you, to return to you. We do have this storm warning with attachment, so I think this is saying that there was this storm here with the Tower. Makes a lot of sense, and it was because it was caused to some sort of negative attachment within your person. And I think, like I was saying, that is that attachment that they had due to some sort of emptiness inside of themselves, some sort of distorted energy within themselves, that fear of other people. I'm getting a message that this has something to do with definitely their attachment to the opinions of other people in their life. So it could be that they maybe were, like, in a way, like, denying the connection because they were afraid of being judged for it, or they were maybe connecting with karmic energies because they were trying to fill a void somehow with those people. That could resonate for some of you. This also could just be their own attachment to their shadow side, their own ego, their mask, just not being true to themselves in general. And that definitely, I think, is what caused this breakdown, this storm. But we do have the community card, which reminds me of the Three of Cups. So this is that energy of wanting to return to you and come together, be together, enjoy each other's company. So this person could be, I'm getting a message they could be planning on maybe asking you to spend time with them in a public place. This reminds me of, like, taking someone out on a date in a way. I also feel like with the Six of Wands that came out earlier, your person wants to have, like, a public victory with you, if that makes sense. Like, they kind of want to take this connection out in the open. Like, if they used to maybe hide their feelings, it's like they want to be really real with how they feel about you and kind of show everyone that you guys are together, like the community. You guys could have maybe a similar friend group as well here with the community card. So it could have been that other message that your person was attached to the opinions of this community, maybe of friends or something like that, maybe their family. But I feel like this is really what needs to be released now, is that what's really important is just how they feel, and anyone can have any opinion about it, and it doesn't really matter to them. And that is that inner strength that is being cultivated in your person. They're being called to change this need, this, in a way, like, I'm getting, like, submissive energy, where they maybe do submit to other people even if it's not best for them, just because they want to fit in. It's like this need to mature beyond that and be their own sense of validation and approval. All right. Let's get some messages from them now and see what they really want to say to you guys. All right, pile 2. What does pile 2's person really want to say to pile 2 right now, please? What does pile 2's person really want to say to pile 2 right now, please? You are so magnetic. My heart will always pull me closer and closer to you until we are finally one. And that's that Eight of Wands energy, is that even if, with this Tower and everything, it's all, maybe really gotten very difficult between the two of you. It's like this person can't really walk away from you because you are so magnetic. It's like they still feel that pull to you. Even though there's been this storm, they still feel this attachment to you, this love for you. It hurts me so much knowing I've hurt you. My heart aches and I feel all the pain you feel. So with that Five of Swords energy, definitely looking back on the past and seeing that they might have really hurt you with their attachments, with their fears, with their running away from the connection, or just not being honest with you. And I was feeling that, like, sense of heartache earlier, that this person does deeply love you. They do deeply care about you as a person, and it's painful to them to know that they may have been the cause to some sort of emotional distress to you. You will always have a special place in my heart that no one else can ever fill. Again, with that King of Cups energy, that their heart, in a way, I feel like belongs to you, truly. They may have not acted like it at times, but you are the most beloved person, I feel like, to them, truly. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? I'm hearing in my head, like, thank you for being there for me when no one else was. So you might have really been there for this person in a very deep way. Maybe at, like, I'm hearing, like, their darkest hour. That may resonate for some of you. I'm ending karmic cycles. Awesome. So that's that negative attachment. Here could be internal or external. But we did see the world there, which is about those big cycles changing and ending. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? I want to show you how much I've grown and changed for the better. I'm more mature than I used to be. Yeah, they have definitely changed a lot. And they want to show up for you in that way where they are more responsible, maybe more dedicated. It could have been in the past they were maybe immature, or I'm hearing misguided, maybe guided by negative energies, making choices that weren't really the best for them. And I think now they are having the maturity to maybe recognize that, and they want to show up just a lot more responsible, I think, and a lot more just like respectful, and like I'm hearing honorable as well. I'm hearing like taking the honorable path, and I feel like that's kind of what this connection is it is like maybe the more honorable path. Maybe they were lost a little bit in the past. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two, please? I always seem to find more reasons to love you. So yeah, they can't forget about you. They find more reasons to love you all the time. You're just a very lovable, beautiful person. When I feel like I've shown you too much of my real feelings, I shut down and run away because the vulnerability makes me feel unsafe. That could have definitely been a pattern here, that need to protect themselves, and maybe being a bit unemotional. You may feel like in the past it's like there was maybe a lack of depth to maybe the conversations you would have, or to how much your person would really show you with what was really going on with them. What else does pile two? What else does pile two's person really want to say to them? What else does pile two's person really want to say to them? I chose the superficial over the meaningful because I was scared to dive into the depths of my emotions and risk losing control, but it left me feeling empty. Wow, I really feel like this kind of describes definitely the energy that I was picking up earlier, where they may have gone down a different path. They might have kind of, in a way, chosen like the easier route, so to speak, because with this heart opening, like this connection requires a lot of depth. It requires a lot of maturity. It requires a lot of introspection, and I feel like presence and awareness and consciousness. And it could have been that your person was just overwhelmed maybe by how much, it's like how real they would have to get with themselves, and how real they would have to get with you, and how just honest in a way, like just completely real. And I think that this connection is so totally real, so genuine, that it may have terrified them in the past, and so they may have gone down, superficial routes, because they were really afraid of losing control. They were afraid of being vulnerable, being hurt, definitely. And I think that's what they're reflecting on here, is that their choices in the past did leave them feeling empty. It was like trying to fill that void with things, with people, with whatever they were trying to do. And it didn't lead to any lasting happiness. It didn't lead to anything, significant. It was all very meaningless, and I think they felt very lost at the time. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? Every emotion and sensation is heightened with you. You make me feel raw. So yeah, that's what this energy is, this vulnerability, this rawness. It's like they can't hide from you. They can't hide anything from you. I feel like maybe you're very perceptive, and it's just also like this connection just makes them feel so many emotions, so many feelings. It's like you crack them like wide open, and maybe they really weren't ready for that. Like that feeling of just total connection with somebody else could have really terrified them. I think I'm getting a message here that, especially with these high level soul connections, twin flame connections, it's like the the darkness inside of the individuals that are in these connections is like pulling them in one direction, and then the light, the soul, the love is pulling them towards each other. So it's like the broken parts of your person, the unhealed parts of themselves, the shadow side is terrified of this connection. It wants to run for the hills, but like the ego side, but then on the heart level, they are magnetized to you. They're called to you. They're pulled to you so deeply. Um, and it could definitely be like this person maybe was experiencing a bit of like mental tug of war with you in the connection at one point. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? I often have romantic fantasies about the two of us being together. So yeah, with the Eight of Wands, they do still feel very passionate for you. They have a lot of fantasies of being with you. I think they really miss you as well. They miss the romance. My heart beats so fast when you're around. You awaken my body on every level. Again, all this sensation, all this feeling. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? Surrender to the unconditional love that flows effortlessly between us. So that's kind of a message from their higher self, saying that despite whatever happens on the surface or how things seem, there is this unconditional love at the soul level between the two of you. And if you are feeling resentful or upset, with how things have been, just kind of, in a way, feel that undying, unconditional love that really is present. I think underneath all the masks and all the darkness, there is so much, deep care for one another, I think, in this connection. All right, so let's get to you a word of advice here from this deck, pile two. All right, what does pile two need to hear right now, please? What does pile two need to hear right now, please? What does pile two need to hear right now, please? What does pile two need to hear right now, please? What does pile two need to hear? Oops. Just take this one. This says butterfly rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So you are also going through a massive transformation right now. Maybe you are coming out of your cocoon and really becoming your true self. And you can reinvent yourself. Like, you can let go of old stories about yourself that don't make you feel empowered. And this change that you're going through here, this transformation, is going to be very rewarding to you here. I feel like in terms of maybe finances, as well as just connection with others and things like that. And you do have brilliance to share with the world. So I feel like, like the butterfly, don't hide yourself. You are beautiful and important. And I feel like maybe you do have a lot to, gifts to share with the world. Maybe you are like a healer of some sort for some of you, a teacher. And definitely this is saying to love every part of your journey. So even if this is a difficult time in this journey with this person or in your life, this is getting you to, I feel like, higher versions of yourself, despite the challenges. And we have the dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So you are destined to, I feel like, master. I feel like I'm hearing like master this realm. So maybe you're destined to, achieve a lot in terms of spiritual enlightenment, growth, stuff like that. You do have a very old soul here. You're very wise. And again, with that interesting energy of like reinvent yourself, shape-shifting, it's like you can kind of be whoever you want to be. You don't have to limit yourself in any way by your past or anything like that. So rise with dignity. And I feel like you are, rising in your power and really discovering that, you don't need anyone else or anything else to, make you feel good about yourself or make you feel powerful. It's like that really is all internal. All right, pile two, thank you so much for watching. Sending you so much love and abundance and beauty. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile three. Welcome to your reading. So let's get into what's really going on between you and your person right now. All right, pile three. What's really going on between pile three and their person right now, please? What's really going on between pile three and their person right now, please? What's really going on between pile three and their person right now, please? What's really going on between pile three and their person right now, please? All right, we have the Hanged Man, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. What's really going on between pile two, or what's really going on between pile three and their person? What's really going on between pile three and their person, please? What's the current energy between pile three and their person? What's really going on between pile three and their person? All right, we have Judgment, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so it seems like with the Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Judgment, there's definitely some sort of balancing act that's going on here. I feel like it's like anything that has been maybe out of sorts in this connection is kind of being, in a way, like tempered here. I feel like with the Judgment, your person is really looking at themselves very honestly, and I feel like they are being called to ascend and maybe grow beyond their own limitations, also grow beyond the past. And with the Hanged Man, this is all about that new perspective. I feel like your person is getting here some sort of enlightenment or clarity. And with the Ten of Cups, it's like your person really feels like you offer them like just ultimate happiness here with the Ten of Cups, just like that sense of familial bliss, comfort, joy, someone that they feel that, very at home with. And with the High Priestess as well, I think that this person is learning to connect more with their intuition, and I feel like their intuition is really showing them the significance of this connection and how much you really mean to them. And with the Seven of Wands, I think this person really wants to fight for this connection. I think they see it as very important. Like I said with the Ten of Cups, they see that the two of you, whatever you have, is very precious, and they want to do anything they can to make sure that things keep running smoothly. And that could be why there's this need for balance here with the Two of Pentacles. Maybe it's about work balance, how much time that maybe they dedicate to this connection, how much time they dedicate to you, your family, things like that. It's like they're having to make sure that they don't over prioritize other things. Like they want to put, I feel like, you in this connection first, because I think they've really realized that this is very meaningful to them, I think, on a deep level, what the two of you guys have. Let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. What's really going on between pile three and their person? Clarify the Two of Pentacles. What's really going on? Clarify the Two of Pentacles. What's really going on between pile three and their person? Clarify the Two of Pentacles. What's really going on between pile three and their person? Interesting. So, we have the Fear card with the Two of Cups. I desire oneness with you. So it's like with this balance, it's like your person's having to maybe really let go a lot of fears in order to have this really beautiful connection here with the Two of Cups. They're having to like balance their fears with their faith is almost what I'm hearing. So this could be having to do with your person releasing a lot of baggage, and maybe just, I'm hearing like the desire to flee or like run from this connection to protect themselves. They're having to balance that and in a way like feel secure enough within themselves to trust that I'm hearing that you do love them, that you do care about them, that things are going to work out here. It's like it's really important for your person to learn to trust in themselves and in their gut here. Clarify the Hanged Man. What's really going on between pile three and their person? Clarify the Hanged Man. What's really going on between pile three and their person? Clarify the Hanged Man. What's really going on between pile three and their person? What's really going on between pile three and their person? Clarify the Hanged Man. So yeah, your person is definitely being called to ascend here. We have the Devil card. I'm freeing myself from the chains of fear. Again, fear coming up. And this is definitely that energy of being kind of lost in some sort of illusion, confusion. Everything's kind of distorted. And that could have been maybe with this Two of Pentacles, I'm getting a message. Maybe this person was a bit hot and cold with you at times in the past. Like, at times they would come forward to you and you would feel really connected to them, and like, really, like you could tell they wanted this connection, things were going well, and then maybe sometimes they would disappear or withdraw, or you didn't know what was going on. And this was that, in a way, like their own disconnection from themselves, their true selves. And now with the Hanged Man, they're having to like sacrifice this ego, this fear. We also have the Four of Cups. I'm reflecting on my life and decisions, and then the Empress. Your beauty nurtures my soul. So with the Hanged Man, they're really looking back, as well with the Judgment. That can be kind of like a life review energy, really looking back on all your choices, all your decisions, and then maybe making the choice to start again, and follow a different path. And I feel like with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups, this is about commitment. This is about family. This is about long-term relationships. And it could have been that in the past your person was shying away from that because they were very afraid. But now I think they're seeing in the past how maybe at times they did self-sabotage or make choices that they wouldn't make going forward now, because they do really look up to you and they do really love you here at the Empress. Like, you're very beautiful to them, very physically attractive, but I feel like you also have a very beautiful internal self. Like, you have a very beautiful heart. You're very nurturing as well. Again, a lot of energy of family. This person could also see you potentially as like the parent of their future children, if that is something that is, for you guys. This person could maybe have dreams of or visions of you being the person that they do settle down with and commit to and, create new life with. That could be something really important. And I almost feel like your person is learning that they do, I'm hearing that they were prioritizing the wrong things in the past. And I think that's what this Judgment's about, is they're reflecting on how they made choices that weren't maybe, that didn't really result in any sort of like lasting fulfillment emotionally. They were kind of maybe distractions or something to them. Whereas with you, it's like this is a very real connection. This has like a real shot at making this person feel, I don't know, very loved and very complete in a way. And it's like they kind of feel like they wished that they had recognized this sooner, or maybe made, definitely different choices in the past, and prioritized this connection maybe over other things. And that I'm hearing like the grass wasn't green on the other side, so that could be that could resonate for some of you, that they did maybe try to find happiness elsewhere or fulfillment elsewhere. And I think they're also realizing that fulfillment does need to come from within as well. I feel like the High Priestess is the connection to the higher self, the inner self, and it's not really about external factors so much. So yeah, your person is definitely reviewing a lot of, I don't know, I feel like just like mistakes that they made in the past, but those are always lessons, and I feel like they are learning from those things. It's like, do they prioritize love or fear? Do they prioritize love or ego? That's really, I think, the crux of this. Clarify the Ten of, look at that. Four of Wands, you are my eternal bliss. This is like the marriage card. It's like they do see this with you. They see this stability, this union, this celebration, this beautiful commitment. They see that that's something that I think really speaks to them on the heart level. Clarify the Judgment card. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? Clarify the Judgment card. Clarify the Judgment card. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? Clarify the Judgment card. Clarify the Judgment card. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? Clarify the Judgment card. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? Interesting. So, Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Let's put the past behind us and start anew. So, a lot about releasing the past. But we have the Ten of Swords, and then the Star and the Queen of Wands. So, for some of you, the Ten of Swords could represent perhaps like a breakup between the two of you. It could also, for some of you where you guys are, still together, things are good. It could represent that at some point there was this rock bottom energy where there could have been a very painful lesson learned here. because your person maybe was more in their fear, more in their ego. Maybe you cut this person off, or there just was a feeling of separation between the two of you, maybe just emotional. And this really took your person to like a very dark place, or currently they're in a very dark place. But with the judgment, because they are, I think, hurting so much from this Ten of Swords energy, or they were so hurt, it caused them to have to reconnect to something deeper, because it's often those times where it's like nothing will soothe the pain except for, in some ways, connection to source or connection to spirit, connection to like love and light. No amount of shopping or other things that people do to distract themselves will fill that void, will make you forget that pain. And so I think that this brought them to the light in a way. This painful lesson brought them to reconnection and brought them to healing as well with the star. So it could be that this person maybe was running away from their spirituality, or they weren't really very connected to their spirituality, but somehow there was like a wake-up call here where your person really realized that they need to connect with something higher than themselves, because they were just in that really dark place, and they needed like solace. We also have the Queen of Wands. You seduce me with your radiance. So yeah, there is this very strong attraction to you here with the Queen of Wands. They find you very beautiful, very seductive. With the the Empress came out as well. Yeah, you're just super hot to them. But I feel like also there's just this inner radiance that you have, this passion that you have for life, this charisma, and it's like this person. It's like without you in their life, there was a very, I think, perceptible feeling of like coldness, or there is if you guys are in separation, because I think you offer so much love and so much warmth. It's like they may have felt very out in the cold, very lost without you, and really realized that there really is no one else for them, the way that you are for them. Like with the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands, definitely very deep soul connection, could even be twin flames. And so I think that this energy of maybe losing you potentially caused them, or is causing them to really see that all that they actually really want is this future with you, and they do want to fight for it here with the Seven of Wands for sure. All right, let's clarify the Seven of Wands. Clarify the Seven of Wands, please. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? Yeah, Page of Pentacles. I want to reach out and send you a message. So for some of you, this person feels like they do need to bring you some sort of message here. They need to bring you some sort of sign, or it could just be that there is something maybe really important that they do need to tell you here. Maybe it is literally like, I see a future with you, like I don't want to be with anybody else. That literally could be the message that they need to impart to you here, especially kind of clarified by the Ten of Cups. All right, let's get some oracle cards now. All right, pile 3. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? Let's see. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. That makes a lot of sense here with the Hanged Man. The consciousness expanding, literally like the crown chakra being lit up. Your person is going through a massive transformation and growth here. Expanding their consciousness maybe beyond what they thought was possible for themselves, or what love really was. Let's see, what else is pile 3's? For some of you, it could have been that your person in the past felt like deep down, they didn't feel worthy of maybe a happy family. So they could have self-sabotaged because of that. That could have come across as very confusing. That's for some of you guys, if that resonates. What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person? What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person? What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person? What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person? What else is really going on? What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person? What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person? Okay, so we have the Freedom card. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So it could be that your person is really waking up to the fact that they do have a lot of internal power, and it's kind of that idea of like the internal versus external like locus of control. Like, are we subject to the world around us, and do we like blame everything outside of ourselves for our problems, or do we kind of step into our own power and say, like, no, I do have a lot of choice in my life. I do have the choice to create my own happiness. I can free myself from these limiting beliefs, this stuckness, this behavior that doesn't serve me any longer. So your person is definitely, like this says, I'm freeing myself from the chains of fear. That's definitely very much a theme as to what's going on with your person. And this is that happiness that they want to create with you. And they're realizing that they don't need to hold themselves back from it anymore, is what I'm feeling. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So I think with this judgment energy, there could be a need for them to forgive themselves. Maybe even, I'm hearing like their parents, or just things that have happened that they might have been holding on to, maybe a lifetime of anger or resentment, maybe at their circumstances. They may have had a very difficult start in life for some of you, and it's like they're having to, in a way, this resentment could have been what was holding them back. There could have also just been things in this connection that happened, and they're having to maybe forgive you as well for things that have been said or things that have happened, and they're realizing that by holding on to resentment and anger, they're really just keeping themselves lonely in a way, stuck. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. So I think that this Ten of Cups, this Four of Wands energy, a lot of, they might be really realizing that part of their soul purpose is literally to be in a connection with you, like to have a family with you, and that this is part of their destiny, this is part of their faith, or their fate. Also, it could be their faith, like they are maybe reconnecting to their faith, and this is helping them see all of this. But like your person, maybe in the past, was very lost, very confused, like they didn't know who they were, or like what they were doing on earth, or like what the plan was. Maybe they were just kind of meandering along, making kind of like random decisions. But I feel like now there's this sense of like empowerment where your person is really like realizing like, no, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what my heart's telling me to do, and I'm going to go for that. And I feel like that does have a lot to do with this connection, this union between the two of you. All right, let's get some more oracle cards. What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person, please? What else is really going on between pile 3? What else is really going on between pile 3 and their person, please? Ooh, look at this. So we have reunion and counterparts. So definitely I was picking up, this is very spiritual connection. I wouldn't be surprised if like a lot of you guys you do resonate with being twin flames or something like that. But this says, this connection is an embodiment of divine masculine and feminine energy. You mirror the sacred within each other. So I think this is even maybe consciously coming to your person's mind at this time, that this is, the connection of a lifetime. You are each other's person, and that you do mirror the sacred within one another. I think I saw a quote that was like, when we're kind of in shadow, our shadow selves, we do mirror the darkness to each other within us, and like we kind of trigger each other. But when we ascend and when we grow, like when we really do rise above all of that here, we become our spiritual selves, we really embody that, like God's self. That's when we mirror the sacred within each other, and that's when we can create, beautiful, blissful relationships full of like lots of unconditional love and just harmony. We also have reunion. You and your beloved are being brought back together by divine will. So a lot of you guys might already be kind of in this energy of reunion. You might be coming back to each other. Otherwise, this is saying that you will be coming together very soon. You're literally being brought back together currently. Or at least if you are already together in somewhat, it's like you are being, I think, even brought back to each other even closer, even on a deeper level. We have angels. The angels ask you to surrender your fears and concerns to them and allow yourself to receive their heavenly love and healing. So there's tons of healing going on here. A lot of this fear, again, having to be surrendered. And I feel like you are both kind of embodying more that like angelic love maybe for each other at this time. So definitely if you feel like you get caught up in fear, sometimes you can surrender that fear to your higher self, your God self, the angels. That can definitely help you release a lot of that, and you will receive comfort when you really do like take refuge in either like, you know, some sort of spiritual leader you feel connected to, or ascended master. That can really help you relieve a lot of just like chaos internally, for sure. So whoever you resonate with. All right, pile 3. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person right now, please? What is really going on between pile 3 and their person right now, please? What is really going on between pile 3 and their person right now? What is really going on between pile 3 and their person? What is really going on between pile 3 and their person? What's really going on? Okay, so we have adjacent possibilities, the solar plexus chakra, angel of strength, and action. Okay, so I think that that's kind of what's going on, is your person is kind of reviewing maybe all the different paths that they, you know, have been on in their life, all the different places that they've gone, the things that they've done, again, reflecting on their past choices. And they're seeing that, you know, there are different pathways open to them. Again, like, do they follow the pathway of love and connection and higher self and ascension, spiritual progress, or do they, you know, stay stuck in patterns, stay stuck kind of like, I'm hearing just like kind of going down the wrong end of the maze, you know, hitting dead ends in a way. And it's like they're kind of realizing that there really is maybe only one choice that is the right one for them to make. And it has a lot to do with their own inner strength and confidence here. I definitely strongly feel that if your person did go down different paths here with this adjacent possibilities, it was due to a blockage in their own self-esteem, their own feeling of worthiness here with the solar plexus. Has a lot to do with, I think, stored trauma, stored pain, insecurity, doubt, fear, very strongly in the 3rd chakra. So now, interesting with the Angels card coming out, now your person is healing, and I feel like coming into their inner strength. And their inner strength, like when they really are in their power, they're that version of them that is the most empowered, the most confident, really, you know, speaks to them and tells them to take action towards you. So it's all about your person really just feeling good about themselves. That's going to aid them in moving towards you and taking action towards you. And I think that's what's really being pointed out, is like the more that your person grows within themselves, the more that they feel empowered, the more action they're going to take, the more confidence, the more like they're going to pursue you with that just inner knowing that this is what's meant for them, and this is what is meant for you, and you know, you care about them, and they matter, and they are lovable. I think that's an important thing for them to feel, that, you know, you really do want them, you want this, and that's going to give them the ability to move forward towards you. Let's get some messages from them now and see what they really want to say to you. All right, what does pile 3's person really want to say to pile 3 right now, please? You've got me in the mood for romance. So yeah, they do feel very romantic towards you. I think that they do want to take that action here. The stallion energy is very passionate, very strong, very sensual energy. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say? I get lost in your eyes. That's so beautiful. So yeah, when you guys really do stare deeply into each other's eyes, I think they just think you have the most beautiful eyes. With the Empress and the Queen of Wands that came out earlier as well, it's like, I just feel like they really think there is no one more beautiful than you. I think they love connecting with you, you know, the eyes being the window to the soul. It's like they feel like they see themselves in you, this sameness. You make me feel shy. I was getting this message just now that maybe they do sometimes maybe get scared of the eye contact as well, though, that you maybe, they feel so vulnerable maybe in your gaze that they do maybe sometimes get shy. Again, this self-esteem stuff, this insecurity that they do have to work through. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person really want to say to pile 3? Sometimes I wonder why you even like me. I hope your love isn't too good to be true. See, exactly this self-esteem stuff where they feel like they hope that this isn't too good to be true. They hope that, you know, they are good enough for you. And I mean, you may see this person as perfectly worthy, but there could have been some painful experiences that made them feel very unworthy of you. You are my weakness. So yeah, you bring out this tender side to them here, and I feel like they can't resist you in this connection in that way. Like, they can't help but have these deep caring feelings for you. And maybe at times that they did feel like it was a weakness in a way, that they cared so much, but I think they're learning to accept that. Oh, shoot. Let me reshuffle. This does say we're mirroring with the 1221, so you guys could definitely mirror a lot to each other here. Right now you could be maybe even mirrored in this energy of working through self-esteem issues, both of you. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say? Sometimes I try to think of ways to tell you how much you mean to me, but I get nervous to speak and afraid of your reply. Again, this shyness, like, they do feel like, with the Page of Pentacles, like they do feel like they need to communicate to you that they do really care about you, but it's more like just having the confidence that you will accept them. I don't have anyone to talk to about our connection that would understand, so I have to deal with a lot of these confusing emotions myself, and sometimes it's overwhelming. So yeah, they could be very much containing a lot of these feelings within themselves, not maybe talking about this connection with people outside of them, like in their circle of friends, things like that. This says, I feel like I've messed everything up between us. I need to forgive myself before I can face you right now. I feel too ashamed. And then, it's interesting, I think the forgiveness card came out too. And then, when I impulsively react out of sadness, anger, or fear, even if I feel justified in the moment, after enough time passes and I calm down, I always feel guilty and regretful. So, yeah, there could have definitely been times where maybe this person did run away from the connection, or, acted out from a place of fear rather than that place of strength and confidence, and they could feel like at times they have, messed things up between the two of you and maybe hurt you, made you feel upset with them, and they could right now be really needing to forgive themselves for a lot of their past behavior. Again, like with the Judgment card, really reflecting on things that they did and said in the past and kind of letting go and forgiving themselves of that. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say? The heat between us is burning me up with passion and desire. Yeah, so much passion here. They really do desire you. They still feel that heat. You are the love of my life in every lifetime. That's beautiful. So, again, definitely soul connection here. You guys definitely, I feel like meet up with one another throughout lifetimes. You return to each other somehow. You'll always be enough for me. That's really beautiful. So they're saying that you will always be enough for them. Like, you'll always be good enough, you'll always be beautiful enough, perfect enough. It's kind of about them finding that enoughness within themselves to feel like they're good enough for you, I think is a huge lesson for them. All right. So, I think that's just a message of reassurance that they're never going to, maybe seek outside of the relationship for something else. It's like you're kind of perfect for them. What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What else does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? All right. Or actually, sorry, this is advice for you. Advice for pile 3, please. Advice for pile 3, please. Advice for pile 3, please. What does pile 3 need to hear right now? Advice for pile 3, please. Advice for pile 3. Okay. You have the Lynx, Keeper of Secrets. Take time from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So definitely don't let other things outside of you deceive you. Listen to your own gut and intuition. It's interesting that the High Priestess can also represent, secret knowledge. So you can maybe really just see this person's love for you, can see how much they care about you, and you can just kind of hold that knowing and keep it sacred. And also, in silence and solitude, you'll find your strength. So maybe this is a time where you need to just really go within and focus on yourself and find your inner strength by really deeply connecting with yourself. We also have the Peacock, Vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So definitely could be a time where you need to just come into that awareness of how wonderful you are, how amazing you are, how brilliant you are. And I definitely be in that energy of gratitude. And know that when you are very grateful and when you do anticipate the best outcome, you feel really good about your life, that's when a lot of really wonderful things do pour into your reality. And again, be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So don't listen to those negative voices in your head or anything or anyone that tries to make you doubt how amazing you are. Always try to recognize just how much of a gift you are to the world and to other people. Pile 3. All right, thank you so much for watching Pile 3. Sending you lots of love and beauty and good times. Take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye.